Hello, my name is Delia, and I am a current junior, class of 2023, and the student body vice president. I've been at GALA since the first year as an incoming sixth grader, a founding student. I'm excited to share my fellow GALA scholars who have the opportunity to have some incredible conversations with our 2022 LaunchHERfuture honorees. In recognition of the extraordinary circumstances of the last 2 years, we are shining a spotlight on the heroic work of the medical and public health professionals keeping our community safe during the COVID crisis. We're honoring Dr. Dr Ferrer with the Leadership Award for her dynamic leadership of our city in her role as the Director of the Los Angeles County Department of Public Health.
So my name's Ella, and I'm the student body president for the 2021 to 2022 school year. And I'm so nice to finally meet you in person after seeing you on the TV screen and my computer screen. And so if you could introduce yourself for the viewers, LaunchHERfuture viewers at home.
Sure. I'm Dr Ferrer. I'm the director of the LA County Department of Public Health. Thrilled to be here with you, Ella, and your crew, and feeling very grateful that our data is finally taking a turn for the better here in LA County.
So I had the pleasure of meeting you in an opportunity that was shared with me by my counselor, Ms. Hallinan. So last summer, I participated in the Public Health Youth Leaders, PHYL. And so for the people at home who don't know what PHYL is, it's a youth internship program that took place for 8 weeks over the summer. It was a chance for me to get hands-on experience and learn from public health experts. So through this process, it helped solidify my passion for public health. So for me, I love public health because it has a long-lasting impression on communities and our society as a whole. The field also combines what I consider my important core values, which is service, empowerment, and the importance of education. So what do you love about public health, and how did you enter the field?
Yeah, thank you so much, Ella, and it's wonderful to meet you again. And I'm impressed that you really talked about how much public health aligns with your core values. I think one of the best things about public health is it really is about a value system. It really says that everybody is entitled to have the resources and opportunities they need for optimal health and well-being. And it's less about just a specific set of initiatives or programs that we might introduce or that we might administer. It always carries with it, I think, a justice framework. Mm-hmm. It allows you to organize so that the conditions that help us all thrive are available to everyone, regardless of their race or their ethnicity, their sexual orientation, their sex, where they live, where they work. And at the core, for me, that's what's important, mm-hmm. is that what we're doing is we're making sure that we're working together with lots and lots of other people and other organizations to really identify what are the reasons why people aren't as healthy as they want to be.
Mm-hmm. So I have another question. So how did you enter the field?
I don't have a very traditional route into this field. I started, my career after I graduated from college as a community organizer. I worked around issues around housing, security, economic security, homelessness, and then became very interested in sort of being, I thought I wanted to be a doctor, to be honest, mm-hmm. and to really do international health. I went back to school because I hadn't done a lot of sciences, completed all my sciences, but along the way, met with a group of wonderful people who were public health practitioners. And they were like, you don't need to be a doctor. If you want to do work around creating systems that allow people to get fully immunized or that allow people to have access to food and healthy food, that's what public health is all about. I had never heard about public health. I mean, I'm old. This was a long time ago. But I was very intrigued and went ahead and took a few courses and fell in love with public health.
And I think the pandemic brought to light the field of public health for a lot of people. I mean, I took an intro to public health course that was introduced to me by my counselor too, and that's where I learned about public health. And I was like, I didn't know that there was a field that combined everything that I loved and was passionate about. And so that's
exactly how I felt. Like, wow, this is, and I don't have to take organic again.
Yeah,
I don't have to, it just felt like this really resonates. Mm-hmm. With what I'd love to do. And it allows you to also work on developing relationships, but fixing systems. It's less about fixing people. I think a lot of what you do as a healthcare provider is, you get focused on, addressing a disease or, making somebody better. When you're in public health, you're really about like making systems work so that people have what they need to be healthy.
Which is so important.
Yes, I think so.
And so something that I learned about you from PHYL is that you have a background in education, and that was something that really stood out to me. So how do you think that your background in education has changed your approach to public health?
Well, I think one of the best jobs I ever had was I was a high school principal in Boston at a district high school. And the reason I say it was one of my best jobs, because it certainly was one of my hardest jobs, was because I learned the most. And I learned the most from the students in my school community, who were both amazing people, amazing teachers, but also were very open to trying to figure out how to best work together. So, again, for me, I think there's not a lot we accomplish when we sort of have to go at things by ourselves.
Yeah.
But when we come together, it's pretty powerful what the work in front of us can do to sort of expand opportunities or give us additional meaning. And I saw that every day at my school. I saw that the ability of students to build relationships with each other, to build relationships with the teachers and the staff, to build relationships outside of school in the larger community was really essential to their development, and also I think empowered them to take on the important role that each of us has when we're part of a community.
And I've seen that in my own school, just the sisterhood that we have together and have been able to come to solve problems.
Yeah, which is amazing. I mean, you have this great opportunity also to recognize that, the conditions for women are different than they are for men, and how important that is in both finding the strength in that solidarity, but also in acknowledging what are the barriers that really, I think, work both systemically and individually that make it harder for women to be all they can be.
So, being the student body president, I manage a school budget for morale building events. I work and facilitate a team of 40 where we collaborate on school and grade level events. So my current position is always pushing my leadership skills, and so I want to know what it's like to manage such a large budget and workforce, because I know mine is on such a small scale compared to yours.
I think the principles around management are the same, whether it's a small group of people you're working with or a larger group of people. You have to build respect and trust, and if you don't start there, you're really not going to be able to accomplish anything, no matter how big your organization is. And I think leadership isn't about leading people. Sometimes it gets portrayed as that, but I don't really think that actually captures what's important about leadership. Leadership is about helping everybody, again, thrive and contribute to the best of their ability, and making sure that there's opportunities for all and respect for all. So, it's more like a shared leadership model. And I think, again, when you're working together with a lot of other people, you got a lot of other talent that you're surrounded by. And that other talent helps make what seems like daunting tasks a lot easier. So I don't do anything by myself at this department. We are really large. I think our budget right now is probably about $2 billion a year. There's probably about 5,000 people who work here. But there's a large team that's involved in trying to make sure that we're organized to do the best work possible, and to address all of the issues that come up with such a large budget, and making sure that we're attending to the needs of a very diverse workforce.
Would you ever say that feels daunting, like to have that?
I think the most daunting things about positions of leadership is the responsibility, and how personally I feel about like always doing my best and then hoping that my best is also appropriate and correct.
Yeah.
So, I think it's hard in large organizations to let yourself take a lot of risks and to let yourself fail. Like, if you're going to take a lot of risks, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
And in large organizations, sometimes the stake seems really, really high. But I think it is important to remember that, you know, we're all on a learning journey, all of us. No matter where we are in an organization, we all are trying to learn. And from learning, we grow. And from growing, we're able to bring a new set of skills to the work in front of us. And there's no way to learn and grow without making mistakes.
For sure. And I mean, we have a growth mindset at GALA, so if you haven't learned something yet, and I know that's definitely helped me in a lot of classes, and moving from a mentality of like, I can't do this, or I don't know how to do this, to I don't know how to do this.
I don't know how to do this. I'm going to ask for help. And then even if it's going to take me a little while, every day I'm going to probably be able to see some improvements.
Exactly. On behalf of GALA and Friends of GALA, we're presenting you with the Leadership Award for your excellence in leadership in public health. So thank you for all you do and all you've done for Los Angeles and our communities.
You know, really, I'm super honored, but I want to be clear, like, this award belongs to all of you as much as it does to me. We've been in this together. It's been a long 2 years. Nothing I've ever done for these past 2 years I've done alone. Your support, your ability to work together, your ability to take care of each other is what actually got this community through the last 2 years. So I really ought to be giving you all an award for everything you did.